Hey y'all, I figure before it starts pouring rain, I'm going to make something real quick to show y'all the answer to the question when I did a video not long back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, and I asked what's it going to be, what's the next one, our next one's going to be 41 mag, 45 Colt, or 480. We have an answer. We've had an answer in the works since the 10th, since the day that Charlie was killed. I had made a decision and paid for, ordered 2 guns, and now they're both in, and I figure I'm going to show y'all what I did. They were 45 Colts. Now, that means there's 2 guns. This is how I did things. Instead of spending what I had to play with all in one gun, like I did before and ended up having to get a refund and being really sick about that whole thing, what I did was I went with 2 guns, a nice bullet mold that's from Accurate Molds that I hope to see in the next several weeks, 480 Ruger. That'll be another topic, another whatever. But what I did, well, let me show you first this one. Could I possibly buy a long gun? Holy crap. Yeah, look, we got us a... If y'all remember, I think I told you that I let go of the 16-inch Rossi 45 Colt big loop trapper that I had. It was blue gun, of course. In that Mustang deal with my son. Now, he still got the gun, and he offered to sell it back to me, but I asked him if he really wanted the gun, and he said, yeah. I said, you like it and you want it? He said, yeah. I said, well, I want you to have it. I said, I'll just order another one unless you need the money, so this is what I did. I decided I wanted a stainless Rossi 92. You see, I still got the safety plug, safety on it, but that's coming off because I have hunted with the Rossi 92 several times, many times actually, and while wearing gloves, accidentally went from, of course, you know, I believe in the safety being just like old Winchester right there on the notch. They call it a half cock. That ain't even a quarter cock, but anyway. That right there is all the safety you need. Is that right there? So that right there, I've accidentally turned on safe with gloves on, you know, and toting it around the receiver like these were meant to be toted, in my opinion. Y'all getting some authentic rain sounds with it's not really simulated rain, it's real rain. Pardon the noise, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna take that out. And I'm not going to put the sight that goes in the boat there. I'm going to do something different. Give me a peep sight on this. But since I had done a stainless 45 Colt, y'all, I love them because you can use, you know, tier 3 and even beyond tier 3 in this gun. I've seen plenty to make me think this go 40, 50,000 PSI. Since I was getting a stainless, I'm going to holler a little bit now so y'all can hear me. Since I got a stainless 45 Colt lever gun for the first time ever. This is a 4 5/8 standard Blackhawk, large frame Blackhawk in 45 Colt, but this one stainless. This gun was made in 2017. This gun's not currently made in this configuration in the large frame in this caliber, to my understanding, with this grip frame. And I'm going to do something with the grips. I don't know just what yet. It's probably going to get. I'm probably going to round butt this and do some different panels or something. But at the moment, it looks pretty good. It actually don't feel too bad in the hand. I could live with that. But I'm probably not going to. We'll just see. What I love about the stainless Blackhawk, just like my Super Blackhawk Bisley 480, that front sight's pinned in. And we can change that out to whatever we want. I like that. Still got the blue 4 5/8 Blackhawk 45 Colt in there. But if I were dropped off in the middle of somewhere that I hope to visit, trying to live one day, Idaho or something like that, with a stainless gun, I wouldn't worry as much about rust as I would with a blue gun. Just my thinking. And I've got... Yeah, fully loaded, dangerous as hell. That's kind of my thing, ain't it? Let me unload it real quick. Y'all probably, yeah, y'all might see that. Can you tell that I've already lapped the throats? just like I did with that blue model, and like Garrett of 11 Bang Bang was talking about doing with his Blackhawk 45 Colt. I lapped the throats on it using Jeff Tank Hoover's article, Throat Choke, It Ain't No Joke. That's his article's name. Throat Choke, It Ain't No Joke. And in that, he details using sandpaper and or emery cloth and I chucked it up in a drill. I used a shotgun cleaning rod that I cut a slit down so that you can put the paper through it. Wrap the paper up a certain amount. Look that article up. You get good directions for how to do this. Of course, if you want to use an actual reamer to do it, that's just fine. But chuck that up in there, wrap that paper around it, run it down through, keep it real good and square best I could, and run it through till those 4.52 size cast bullets of mine, 315 grain right there. Those bullets, the loose bullets, cleaned of all lube and everything and took the gas check off of them. When I first got this gun yesterday evening, you couldn't push one of those bullets through the front of that cylinder, through that throat. You couldn't have pushed it through without damaging the cylinder. You'd have had to get a hammer out to beat it through. If those things were 4.50, I'd be surprised. There ain't no way in this world that gun was ever accurate like that. It couldn't have been as accurate as it will be now, because, if y'all don't understand that, and I know most of y'all do, but just for the ones who don't, when you fire this, right here toward the end of the chamber, you've got a step down, what you call the throat, so that you get a better seal on that bullet and get less pressure loss and everything back through the chamber, and get it accelerating good before it jumps that cylinder gap and gets in the forcing cone of the barrel and totes on down it. But now, if you've got let's say you've got a 4.52 bullet like I do, and this throat is 4.50, and let's say that you bore is 4.51, 4.52. If you shoot that, and when you pull the trigger on that 4.52 bullet, and it hits that 4.50, 4.49 throat, it's gonna swage down small, and then when it hits that barrel right there, and 4.51, 4.52, and hits that, you're not going to be fully engaged in your rifling. The bullet's not going to be obturated to the rifling and the bore well. You're not going to have good gas seal. You're going to have worse accuracy, less velocity, and more lead. That's what I have. That's the opinion I've built around the teachings of others and experience of others, and a little bit of mine. I don't want to take credit for all this stuff because it's not me. But y'all, the way I did it worked just fine on that blue 45 Colt Blackhawk. So I did it to this already. I was going to wait and do it today, because I didn't get that gun home till 6 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And came home and I thought, well, I don't have the right grit of sandpaper. I really wanted 320 or 400, but the meanest I had was 600 grit. Told my wife before she went to bed last night, I said, I may run to Walmart real quick before it closes and get the other sandpaper, and just so I can go ahead and do this. I thought, no, I'll just wait till tomorrow. I'll be patient. I was patient for about 10 minutes, and I just said, screw it, come out here, got the 600 grit sandpaper. It took just a little bit longer. It come out really nice. And after I got them where the 4.52 bullet would push through the entire chamber with throat, would push through with just the lightest of finger pressure. And I mean just very light. You put a little bit on it, it'd shoot right on through. Then I took 1,000 grit, just lightly run it down each one of them, the drill, spinning it, just lightly. You just want the throat, you don't want the whole chamber. And made them look pretty good, and there we are. The 315 grain load of mine, just like that blue Blackhawk, it would not even chamber. It wouldn't go in fully. You'd have just a little bit of the rim sticking out the back of the cylinder here. It wouldn't even chamber in this till I did that, because I've got these loaded out long, more case capacity, more powder capacity, more boom capacity. You know what I mean? So y'all, that's what I did. I to all of my viewers and watchers who say, man, you just, good to see you do something in 45 Colt again, or glad you went back to 45 Colt. Told y'all I never left it. At the moment, this is 45 Colt number 7 and number 8. The rifle was brand new. Like I said, the revolver was made in 2017 because it's not available in this configuration right now. But now I have owned dozens and dozens. I've owned 45 Colts over the last 24, 25 years, and I'm sure I don't remember. Probably a lot of them I don't remember. So I've told y'all that 45 Colt's my favorite cartridge, and it is. It still is. Y'all gonna see some more 41 Magnum and 41 Special stuff here real soon. Cause that right there, you ain't gotta take to one and shun all the rest. Most of y'all got more than one cartridge, guns in more than one cartridge in your safe or in your possession, and I do too. And it just so happens I love 45 Colt. I also love 41 Magnum. And y'all, I've got at the moment 8 45 Colts. Glad to have some stainless ones. And I've got 4 41 Magnums. That number's going to go up. I'm thinking about a lever gun in 41 Magnum. And I am considering another revolver in 41 Magnum. To add to it, not to trade for it, but to add to what I have. I got one 480 Ruger. Now I've got other stuff too, but these are just the ones that I'm most interested in. Y'all would freak out if I brought out my 380 and said, whoa, look, I'm going to get more of these. I kind of like that one gun that I've got in 380. It's not bad. The wife loves it. Shoots it good. But I'm going to do more 41 Magnum, and I am going to acquire. Right now I only have one 480. I'm going to at least get one more. And I'm going to tell you what I almost got. I almost got it wasn't a Rossi name. Of course, it's the same, basically. I almost got. What I alluded to in the last video, telling y'all that I was looking at something, considering something that wasn't even a revolver. It was a Puma on Gunbroker. It was a 20, I believe it was a 20 inch. Yeah, it was 20 inch 480. Now, my understanding is they didn't make but about 100, and they were in various configurations, stainless, blue. This was a blue, different side options, different lengths, whatever. This was traditional looking. The wood was beautiful on it. Like I said, it was on Gunbroker. And when I alluded to that I might, it was on auction only. If it had been buying now reasonable, I'd have bought it. But when I alluded to that I was looking at it, it was within my price range. I had a ceiling of right at $2,000, right under $2,000. I didn't want to spend no more. And that 480 Puma rifle lever action was it was still under $1,000 at that time, but a few days left to go on it. And I told my wife, I said, if that gun does not go for over $1,800, $1,800, I may buy it. I may put in, if when time comes and it's getting close to that auction running out, and it's still where I think I have a shot at it, I may put in and try to win that. And if I'd have come out of that with $1,800 in that gun, $1,900 in it, I'd have felt like I had a lot in a Rossi or a Puma lever action. That gun went for right at $3,000. I didn't have a chance. Lord have mercy, y'all. Somebody wanted it. At least 2 people wanted it more than me. And God bless them. I still would like to have had it, but we couldn't go nowhere near that. But anyway, that's what I almost got. That's what I was alluding to. I didn't want to tip off any competitions, the reason I didn't tell y'all. Anyhow, so that's what I got. That's what I did. I appreciate y'all taking part and giving me ideas and in the comments talking about it when I asked you what it should be, what the next one should be. There's what I did. 2 more 45 Colts. We will talk again soon. Appreciate y'all watching.